Hello ladies, today we're looking at lesson 3-7, writing the equation of a linear function for no-fee apartments. Today's learning target is I can calculate the total amount over a given lease for an apartment by writing a linear function in the form y equals mx plus b. Now whenever we say linear function, we should always think of the equation below, y equals mx plus b, where m represents our slope and b represents our y-intercept. Very good. So what we're doing in this part of the project is you're actually going to be writing the equation for 3 different apartments, one studio, one bedroom, and then per your fellow classmates' request, either a 2-bedroom or more bedrooms apartment. So it has to have 2 or more bedrooms. But you still have to have 1 studio and one bedroom. And you're going to be writing an equation to represent how much you can calculate the rent over a given term. So basically it'll tell you like how much you've paid after 4 months, 12 months, 30 months, etc. So if I look at this advertisement, this is a very nice apartment in Park Slope, not far from where Mr. O'Sullivan used to live. So when we do these problems, we need to calculate 2 things: how much I'm paying at month 0, and then how much I pay at month 1. So let's look at month 0. So if we look, this is a no-fee apartment. So when we have a no-fee apartment, we're only paying our first month's rent and a security deposit. So let's look at how much our first month's rent will be. So our first month's rent will be $14.96 because there is a net effective. We actually don't have to pay for 2 months. So we'll have $14.96 for our rent effective, net effective. And then our deposit will be based off of how much we would be paying if there were no free months, so $17.95. Now, to figure out how much we've paid total, we just add those 2 numbers together. And when we add those 2 numbers together, we get $32.91. So I can represent month 0 as $32.91. It's very important that we represent these as ordered pairs. That way we can eventually calculate the slope. Now it turns into month 1. It's month 1, so you don't have to pay another deposit. You just pay your rent. So I'm actually just paying another $14.96 this month. So my rent is $14.96. Thing is, I've already paid $32.91, so I have to add that together. When I add that together, I get $47.87. So I can represent this as the ordered pair 1, $47.87. Now what we're going to do is with those points, we're going to calculate our slope. So to calculate our slope, we use the slope formula of delta y over delta x. So I subtract my y values of 4,787 and $32.91. And I divide it by 1 minus 0. When I type this in my calculator, I get $14.96. So I can say my slope is $14.96. Now I need to find my y-intercept. So I write down y equals mx plus b. So I know my slope is $14.96. I'm now going to use my 0, $32.91. So my x value is 0, my y value is $32.91. When I simplify, I just get b is equal to $32.91. So I can now put this all together and say my equation is y equals 1496x plus 32.91. And this will tell you how much you have paid at a given time for that nice 1-bedroom in Park Slope. Now let's go to one of Miss Townsend's favorite neighborhoods, Bed-Stuy. Now in class, we're going to look at this. This is an example of gentrification. If you look at Google Maps, Bed-Stuy is a gentrifying area. And this street is actually really undergoing rapid gentrification if you look at the surrounding area. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to figure out how much we pay at month 0. And this is a no-fee apartment. So all we pay is our rent and our deposit. So our rent in this case is $16.50. And our deposit will also be $16.50. When I add those together, I should get $3,300. So at month 0, I'm paying $3,300. Now I want to figure out what happens at month 1. So I'm really just paying rent again, which in this case is just another $1,650. So I add the back to, what is it called? My $3,300. And I get $4,950. So I can now represent month 1 as $149.50. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our slope, so $4,950, take away $3,300 over 1 minus 0. Let me type it. 4,950 minus 3,300, that gives me 1,650, so I get 1,650 again. So my slope is equal to 1,650. Now I go to my equation of y equals mx plus b. So I have y equals 1,650x plus b. I'm going to use my 0, 3,300. So my x value is 0 and my y value is 3,300. So I have 3,300 equals 1,650 times 0 plus b. Anything times 0 is 0, so I just get 3,300 equals b. Now that I know that, I can rewrite my equation as y equals 1,650x plus 3,300. And that is my final answer. So now, by yourself, you're going to complete this exit ticket for this nice 2-bedroom apartment in East Harlem, not far from East River. If you have any questions, email myself or Ms. Townsend. And again, this is a no-fee apartment.